So this is to my point, like so much of physical therapy is we're looking at the injury itself without trying to understand root cause. Root cause is far more important.
Like most people look at the area that is symptomatic isn't necessarily the area that's the problem.
The simplest way I can explain it to people is when you think about force production starts from the inside out, right? It never starts outside in. If I'm going to throw a punch, the punch starts from maybe my shoulder, my core, whatever else, and then it extends to the hand, right? Well, if I punch and I hurt my wrist, right? It could be my wrist. It also could be that I'm producing so much force from the top of my body that my wrist isn't strong enough to hold that position. So is it really that we have an issue with the wrist or is it somewhere else, right? In the end, it could be the wrist, but it also could be something else. And so what I look for is I look for function. And so the easiest way I describe my job is I look for dysfunction on this chain and I solve for dysfunction. And typically when I solve for dysfunction, pain goes away. And if the answer to any of those questions is no, well, let's just solve that problem. And if we solve that problem, now we have a much better capacity for force to be produced and our injury likelihood goes down. But the reality of it is like if we can create a more resilient chain, then we're going to be able to produce more force and we're going to be able to absorb more force. And so that gets a little bit more complicated than that, but like that's my like one-stop conversational point to my client base is like, where's the dysfunction? What are we missing? You know?